this video, we're going to explain the course section. Now, we've mentioned it in the previous video, but now we'll take a look at the structure of the course and how it can be used. The course section is one of the most important sections of StepsWeb. As you can see, there are several other sections too. Now, it's possible to use StepsWeb in lots of different ways, and it's easy to customize it to meet individual needs or support any topic or subject. We'll be covering those options later. The course provides a logical, structured literacy progression, which will take a learner right through the levels from complete beginner to quite advanced levels of literacy. This will provide the main focus for most learners. This course can be easily used to provide the main literacy progression for a school. If you're a parent wanting to support your child at home, it's also an ideal resource. Now, one of the main advantages of the course is that you can have every learner in a class working at their own level and speed. There's no need to set spelling lists or do spelling tests. There's also important continuity. So in the following school year, each learner simply continues on from their previous position on the course. In fact, we even have a holiday program which is designed to stop learners from falling behind over the long summer holidays. We'll cover that in further detail a bit later. The StepsWeb course is designed to cover the core skills and knowledge needed for reading and spelling. It has a very strong emphasis on all of the building blocks of literacy, nicely illustrated in this 5 big ideas in beginning reading model, which was produced by the USA National Reading Panel in the year 2000. As you've seen, the placement test will analyse each learner's literacy knowledge and place them on the right level of the course. Now, each student can then work through it at their own level and speed. StepsWeb will even analyse each learner's errors and create individualised revision, including online activities and printable reinforcement. As an educator, you can easily see exactly where each one of your students is and what they've done in a selected time period. We'll be showing you how to use these functions in future videos. StepsWeb will also analyse each learner's performance and tell you their accuracy for reading and spelling, comprehension and language, and phonic knowledge and skills. Now, both of these are printable, so you can incorporate them into your class records. We'll now take a look at the different levels in the course. You'll notice that this student doesn't see the padlock symbol when they log in. This is because we switched off forced progression when we created the student. As we mentioned before, we'd recommend keeping forced progression on for the vast majority of your students. We've only switched it off for this student so that we can use their login to show you the course structure. As you can see here, this is a very basic literacy level. We're currently on level A, and the focus here is on very high frequency words and ones which are easily decodable for beginner learners. We'll just scan through the levels quickly to show you how they go up in difficulty. We'll show you the first word list of each level from A through to F. Now, levels A through to F are the beginning levels, which are appropriate for learners with spelling ages of up to around 7.5 or 8. Remember, the placement test will have analysed each learner's literacy knowledge and put them on the correct level. It doesn't matter what chronological age your learner is. Bear in mind, there is a workbook which directly supports each level. Now, these are for remedial or struggling learners, and if a struggling learner has been placed on, say, level B, then they'll need Workbook B. Now we're coming to the higher levels, which are levels 1 to 6. We'll scroll through and show you some example lists. As you can see, we're starting to see some much higher levels. In fact, if a learner has worked successfully through levels 5 or 6, then they're working at a good adult level of literacy. At these levels, there's a strong focus on developing vocabulary. So to summarise, there are currently 12 levels in total on the course. The first are levels A through to F, and the higher 6 are levels 1 through to 6. Now, the placement test will place learners at the right level based on their spelling age rather than their reading age. This is because many learners, particularly those with dyslexia, read at a much higher level than they spell. In those cases, the spelling age is a much better indicator of their understanding of text. So we've just been looking at the levels, and now we'll look at the individual units. Each level is broken into 8 or 9 units, and each unit has an A list and a B list. When we click on a word list, we'll see the words in that list and the activities. Our learner will click on each activity button to do that activity. When the activity has been completed, the box will have a bronze, silver or gold medal. If a student has gained a bronze or silver medal, they can go back and try to upgrade their medal. When forced progression is on, students can't repeat activities which already have a gold medal. You may occasionally see a green tick appear in an activity box. Now, the green tick indicates that the student has completed the activity, but not to a satisfactory level. If forced progression is on, the learner needs to redo that activity to get a silver medal. Remember, the default setting for forced progression is that the student needs to get a silver medal, although you can change that to bronze if necessary. The A lists are the main focus for each unit. These A lists provide a logical progression covering high-frequency words, word families, phonic patterns, and spelling rules. The B lists cover the extras such as grammar rules, decoding practice, extra word families, reading words, and vocabulary building. The activities for B lists will vary according to the purpose of the list. Now, in the workbook, you'll find the reinforcement for each unit. Most of the unit is focused on the A list, but there will always be at least one written activity for the B list. The workbooks are particularly important for remedial learners. Non-remedial learners can make good progress just using the online activities, possibly supplemented by some of the printable reinforcement. But your struggling learners need that extra level of written reinforcement. If you're using the workbooks with a learner, you'll need the teacher manual and the relevant teaching guide. Workbooks and manuals can be ordered directly through your educator login. There are detailed teaching instructions in the teacher manual and teaching guides for each level. So that concludes this video. We'll be referring to the course again later when we talk about teaching methodology and using the workbooks.